attrition. People are leaving. And we see people leaving from certain groups. We see people without independent wealth. And pausing there, why should anyone need independent wealth to come and do my job? Right. And the public should want people like me to come and do this job. I'm from a state school background, grew up in a completely normal background, funded my work through scholarships, through loans, and I'm here, and I hope that when I'm in court the jury think, yeah, actually she's not what we expected. We expected some posh old man, me walking up. No, not you, Rob. Yeah. And so for diversity in this profession, we have to look upwards, and we look to the judiciary, to the judges. Sure. And the criticism we often get, and it's less apt now, is that the judiciary are not very diverse. People think that they are pale, male and stale. Now, they're doing a lot of work with that, and I must say, and it's right to say, that we are seeing a much more diverse
and independent
bench.
Appointments are making a difference.
Precisely.
Sure.
But where are those people going to come from?
Right.
If we're hemorrhaging kids that can't afford to do this job, we're going to end up with the posh kids.
Well, just look at my own chambers, right? I mean, Two-Hair Court, we were chiefly legal aid, lots of Treasury Counsel going to prosecute a case on behalf of victims, very motivated to do that sort of work. We hardly do any criminal legal aid anymore, and our young people exactly jump through all the hoops that you've just described, often in £50,000 worth of debt. They simply can't afford to do this. Now, the question is, this, as I said, referred to before, cannot be called a strike for legal reasons. Can you explain to us why, and also, in our limited time, what effect this is going to have? What's the mission for you, for us, the public, to get on board with you, as we all should be?
Well, people are sensitive about the word strike. I mean, we're self-employed and we're not unionised, so we are taking days of action, which we have declared, which means we are walking out of court. Now, that doesn't fill us with any joy. Frankly, I've had heartbreaking conversations with barristers who are leaving cases where they don't want to.
I had a friend just really recently in the middle of a murder trial, I can't reveal which one,
of course,
where he had to say to the defendant, I won't be here. And the defendant said, I can completely understand. I spoke to my friend, this is true, this is a hardy person. You can imagine the seniority given the nature of the case, and he was in tears about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very difficult because we really care about this work. You couldn't afford to do this job if you didn't care about it and do it for those reasons and those motivations. But we've got no choice, and to bring a profession as conservative with a small c as this one to the brink has taken some real stubbornness on the part of the Ministry of Justice.
That's for sure. They've offered 15%. I spoke to Alex Chalk when he was in role, and he said, oh, it's 15%, but it needs to be backdated. I could listen to you all day, and I do think, and I recommend everybody to continue to follow you, Joanna Hardy-Susskind. Just what is your message in a nutshell to all of us? Why is this so important?
This could be you tomorrow, sitting in a dock, wrongly accused of a crime or the victim of a crime, and at the moment, if that happened to you today, the chances of you resolving that before 2024 are slim. And that isn't good enough. That's not good enough. It's not tough on crime. This government speak nonsense about that. It's simply not tough on crime. It's the opposite. It has never been a better time to be a criminal in this country. It's never been a worse time to be a victim, and we have to change it. And we need a properly funded, diverse bar to get the backlog down. 60,000 cases waiting, Rob.